For thousands of years, humanity clung to misconceptions, such as the belief that the sun revolved around the Earth, or that the Earth was flat. It wasn't until astronomers like Copernicus and Galileo dared to challenge these age-old ideas that humanity began to grasp the truth. Religion was fundamentally established by humans as a means to ensure their survival in the face of fear, insecurity, and a lack of understanding about the natural phenomena of life. It was human fear that served as the building blocks of religion, acting as the essential materials, like bricks, stones, sand, and cement, needed to construct the structure of faith. Through the lens of religion, mankind sought to transform this fear into a source of comfort, protection, and answers to the unresolved mysteries of existence. When we examine how Buddhism came into existence, we see that the Buddha rejected many age-old beliefs. He did not rely on the concept of a god, a soul theory, or the idea of eternal hell or heaven to shape his teachings. Unlike many religious traditions, Buddhism was not built on fear or misconceptions about natural phenomena. The Buddha did not demand blind faith, unnecessary rituals, or self-inflicted suffering. Instead of divine revelation, he relied on new materials, such as right understanding of life, the natural world, and the laws of cause and effect. The Buddha constructed Buddhism using concepts like the true nature of mind and matter, the elements and energies that govern life, and the path to moral and spiritual development. Discipline, mental training, purification, knowledge, wisdom, and enlightenment formed the cornerstone of his teachings. While the Buddha did adopt certain ideas from other religious traditions, like Dharma, righteous living, karma, action and reaction, and rebirth, he redefined them in a more rational, scientific, and psychological way. Buddhism is not an eclectic blend of various religious ideas. It has its own distinct characteristics and identity. The Buddha recognized that no other religious teacher had discovered the absolute truth or the ultimate salvation for humanity. He noted that while other teachers had developed certain worldly powers and reached limited stages of spiritual growth, they had not attained complete mental purification or enlightenment. These teachers remained bound by superstition, impurity, illusion, imagination, hallucination, and ignorance. But what does religion truly mean? The real meaning of religion becomes clear when we study the way in which the Buddha introduced his noble way of life. If we refer to the Buddha's teachings as a religion, we must understand that the definition of this word varies among different religious traditions. This understanding helps explain why Buddhism holds a unique and necessary place in the world. For thousands of years, humanity clung to misconceptions, such as the belief that the sun revolved around the Earth, or that the Earth was flat. It wasn't until astronomers like Copernicus and Galileo dared to challenge these age-old ideas that humanity began to grasp the truth. However, their findings were met with strong resistance, as fear and dogma often stood in the way of knowledge. Similarly, for centuries, people believed that the atom was indivisible until scientists in the 19th century proved otherwise. Just as these misconceptions were eventually discarded, so too were the ancient Indian beliefs about the soul, when the Buddha revealed it to be nothing more than a figment of human consciousness. The Buddha, unlike other religious figures, didn't rely on superstition or divine authority to build his teachings. He used reason, evidence, and a deep understanding of the mind and matter to offer a path to enlightenment. He didn't ask for blind faith or fear-driven devotion. Instead, he liberated humanity from the shackles of religious dogma, showing that morality, mental purity, and wisdom are the keys to salvation. By elevating human intelligence and self-reliance, the Buddha presented a clear path toward peace and happiness. His teachings, rooted in a profound understanding of the mind, offer solutions to human suffering that are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. It is through our own efforts, guided by wisdom, not fear, that we can transform the world and ourselves. Buddhism encourages individuals to confront the realities of life without relying on imaginary concepts. Buddhists accept truths revealed by thinkers and scientists while prioritizing spiritual growth alongside worldly progress. The Buddha emphasized fulfilling responsibilities to family, community, and the world to promote happiness and peace. He did not interfere with government affairs or oppose beneficial social customs. The Buddha sought no political or military power, attracting followers from all walks of life. His teachings advocate caring for others and voluntarily adhering to moral principles, allowing personal growth and contributing to communal well-being. This self-perfection is the ultimate goal, achievable without reliance on divine influence. Buddhism promotes a realistic approach to life, urging individuals to confront truths without reliance on superstitions or divine intervention. The teachings of the Buddha emphasize personal responsibility, community engagement, and moral integrity as pathways to individual and collective well-being. Key points: confronting reality. Buddhism encourages facing life's truths rather than depending on imaginary concepts. Spiritual and worldly growth. While focusing on spiritual development, the Buddha recognized the importance of worldly progress. Social responsibility. Buddhists are urged to fulfill their duties toward family, community, and society to foster happiness and peace. Non-interference. The Buddha did not interfere with government or social customs that were beneficial to society. Personal growth. Observing moral principles voluntarily leads to self-perfection, which is essential for salvation, independent of divine influence.